I love getting to do these interviews and to dig a little deeper into other people and their vision and just what they see here and just how God is working and moving in this community, in this space, because it truly is just such an incredible blessing. And I am so excited that I get to talk to a good friend of mine. We have known each other now for several years, and she has been in the online space for a little while now. She is a homeschooling mama. She actually got to world school for several years, which is so incredible. Like, I'm so jealous. I would love to be able to do that at some point, and even if it's just for a couple months. Like, I think that's just so awesome. And yeah, she's got 5 boys, and she is a leadership coach, and she is just an incredible mom who is so kingdom minded and has such big vision of helping families break through in their finances and just to be able to have more freedom and have more presence with their families. And
Mm.
so I cannot wait for you guys to hear from Miss Janeen Marino. So just tell us a little bit about you and your family and how you got started in the online space.
Yeah. Well, first off, thank you. Thanks for having me. I love anytime we get to do anything together. It's just so much fun.
Yes.
And so grateful that just God has led us back to working together because I
Oh,
just
I
love you
know.
so much. Super grateful to be here. So, yeah, a little bit about us and just how I got started in the online space. Honestly, I was a homeschool mom and I was just sick and tired. I was sick and tired of, struggling with finances. We had actually already traveled in an RV before I got started in the online space. And we were in a house and we wanted to travel again. And I knew we needed an additional stream of income in order to do that. And honestly, at first, I tried everything. I was like, I don't want to be online. I don't want to be on social media. I was super shy. I was just not the person that would do this. I was like, that doesn't work for me. That's not my personality. Like, I had all the reasons.
Yeah.
And I tried to find a job that was flexible. There was nothing that was going to work for homeschool mom. Let me just
Yeah.
tell you, I looked everywhere at everything. I was like, I'm going to write a book. We're just going to do that. And so I did. I wrote a book for kids. It's called Our Wild and Free Adventures. Did not like, I didn't even know how to market. It didn't, it made me like thing. I spent so much. I was like, I'll write it in like a week. It's a children's book. It'll be so easy. Anyways,
We
I
have
went
big.
down all the things and tried all the things, and finally, God was like, "Do you see this thing I'm putting in front of you?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
this is what I'm calling you to do. If other people can figure it out, you can too." And so, I just decided I was gonna learn.
Yeah, that's so incredible. I didn't even know that, that she
Yeah.
wrote that she wrote a book. And listen, I feel like so many of us are just we're searching. I think so many of us are sick and tired of trading our time for money, of having to go to the 9 to 5 to keep up with the bills and to keep up with all of these things that we think we need. And so it really is just so refreshing to be able to find something that actually works, that you can do it in the pockets of your day and it fits in with your life. And so I know that as a world schooling mom, like you were approached by several different travel companies. So what made this different for you? What was it that stood out that did you say yes to this particular travel company?
Yeah, so I'd kinda given up on travel companies. I was telling you before, like, I had 5 or 6 people approach me about this specific company, and I wouldn't even look at it because I had written it off. I was like, "That's not profitable. You gotta be a travel agent. You gotta plan people's trips." And being that we had traveled full time for so long, I mean, I've looked at a lot of things. I have a lot of friends that have been in the travel agent space,
Yeah.
and I know that the struggles that come with it of different, you plan a trip for someone, you put all this time into it, and then they go book it somewhere else, or, you have to wait a really long time to be able to earn the commission because you got to wait for them to take the trip. So that could be
Yeah.
9 months from now. So there's a lot of different things that came with it. And it just really looked a lot like trading time for money. It would
Mm.
like a 9 to 5. And I just knew, especially because we had traveled so much, I was like, I do not have the time or energy to plan other people's trips. Like, love travel, but that was too much. That would be so
Mhm.
overwhelming because everyone's so particular about different things. And so that was one big thing that we didn't have to do that. And then the other piece too was that it wasn't white labeled. I was not willing to. put my name behind something that they didn't have control over, like, customer service and the quality and all of those things, because I've seen that go wrong before. And then the biggest thing was just that the platform works, that, we have over 500,000 members worldwide, and we have a 4.8 rating on Trustpilot. That means that people are happy, and that the compensation plan. So, really, when you're looking at something, like you had said earlier, my heart is really to help more families to have breakthrough in their finances. And I knew when I started here that we were going to stop traveling soon for at least a season. And so
Mhm.
it wasn't necessarily because it was like, oh, this fits perfectly for us because we travel. I was looking for something that worked for any family. Like, I
Yes.
wanted something that was gonna work for everyone, not just people that travel full time, right?
Mhm.
That really made sense to me, that this was something that works for, sports moms and, people going to conferences, people that travel for work and, just like everyday stuff, not just luxury couples trips. I needed something that was going to work for the average family and really help them to be able to reach their goals faster, because I know this, like most businesses that you're looking at in the online space, you need 7 or 8 customers to even cover your products,
Mm.
right? And this was like 3. That's a huge difference right there.
Yes.
That actually helps people to be able to travel for free just
Uh,
because they told a couple friends. Like, they
yeah.
don't even have to go out there and do a business. So that was huge for me too, was because I really want to be able to do that. And then we get to also do like missions and retreats and, share with people some incredible things about travel and making memories and all of that. And that's something I could be passionate about forever. Like,
Yes.
products kind of come and go. There's a lot of, I love products, don't get me wrong. I use lots of different
Absolutely.
products. I'm not saying anything bad about the product space or people that are in products, because I'm one of them. But
Yes.
I also feel like it's like a me too. Like, everyone's got peptides right now or a GLP-1 support, and that's
Yeah.
awesome. But I'm not passionate about talking about that all the time. And
Yes.
that gets old. I
Uh-huh.
feel like talking about making memories and experiencing the world and exploring and I don't know, travel changes things. It really
Uh,
does.
you are so right. And I was just thinking, like, as you were going through all that, it really does like check all of the
Yeah.
boxes that I know I was looking for, that you were looking for in terms of what makes a good business opportunity. But also, even more than that, more than the amazing travel, savings that we get and being able to help families save,
Mm.
making more memories. It's more than even the uncapped income, but like even the community here is just so incredible. I would love to hear more about like beyond the impact of travel, like and you kind of started to touch on this, but like can you share some of like the bigger visions that you feel like God has put on your heart and how this plays a role in that? Like how is this a vehicle to like help get you to like where you really want to go?
Yeah. So, I mean, building something that's like really makes kingdom impact has always been my heart. And part of when we world schooled was we really wanted to connect with different ministries and orphanages and just different missions when we were traveling around the world. And we had incredible experiences, and sometimes it just wasn't there. Not right now. And it was very much spirit led, but doing that, we just saw there's so much need out there. And one of the things that I really feel like we are meant to do in this space is really not only build kingdom wealth so we can make a bigger impact in the kingdom, but also be able to even help different ministries and build an income under them. So that's something that we've been working on as
Wow.
well, is really helping them, because what if they had a residual income? I mean, what if it
Wow.
was even like $1,000 a month? That's huge in other countries. Like, that would
Yeah.
cover a lot of
So
everything we
much.
need. And so that is one thing that I think is huge. And the fact that we are global. I mean, we're not in every country, but we're in like over 150 countries. And so we can really help in, all the different places. for someone to come in and be able to, like, from Africa, be able to make US dollars is that's a game changer for them. And so that's huge. And that's something that God has really put on our heart to facilitate and to help teach them then the entrepreneurial skills and to come into and be able to glean from the different trainings and community and kingdom minded leaders on our team to help them like really change even their mindset in
Yeah.
general. Not just, I mean, yes, we are, about creating income and helping people save on travel. I mean, those are the things. But really, it's about the becoming. Who do you
Uh,
become in the process? That's my
wow.
favorite part.
That is so good, and, like, I literally never even thought of that, of helping those ministry like, helping them start a business here and allowing them to build a residual income for their ministry. And then, like what you said, it's really, so much more than just doing a side hustle, you know? Like you said, being able to surround ourselves, iron sharpens iron, and being able to share a space and be surrounded by these leaders who are kingdom minded, and you are one of them. Like that is such a beautiful mission. It's such a beautiful heart. Like I kind of want to cry right now. It truly is like what we are meant to do
Mhm.
as Christ followers. Is to go and share the gospel and to share his love and to share it with the world and being able to fund ministries that are sharing the gospel, being able to fund missionaries and to be able to go on mission trips. I mean, that is just such a beautiful vision, and I mean, I'm constantly just, like, blown away by, the people that we have here and just the opportunity that we have, and I know that there's some people that are like, "I could never do something like this," and I think you kind of were like that too in the beginning, and
Oh,
so I'd like for you to speak to the person that maybe this is tugging on them, but they're like, I don't think I could do it. What would you say to them?
man. Well, I would say that was me. I was you. And if I can do it, I promise you can do it because goodness, if you knew my past and what I'd come from on top of just being really shy and having to really break out of my shell. And I mean, there's no way I could have gotten on a video. I even remember the first couple of Zoom calls I got on. And I mean, this was like training Zoom calls that
Yeah.
like I didn't even really have to talk. I
Yeah.
wasn't training. I would sweat. Being on camera, I was like uncomfortable.
I'd be so nervous if I got caught.
I know, I was like, "Don't talk to me, I don't wanna talk on here." Or, like, even, like, a one-on-one, I was like I would, like, stutter, I was like, "What is my problem?" Anyways, all that to say, if you feel a nudge, if you're like, gosh, I would really like to do that. I just don't know if I could.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, you can. I promise you that you can. Are you going to get rich overnight? Are you going to learn it all right away and be a master at No, you got to like be willing to take messy action and we'll be here with you right
That's
along the
right.
way and help you work through the fear and help you to learn the skills to learn to do it in a way that feels authentic, really is serving people and, not and doesn't feel cringy because that was honestly one of the reasons I felt hesitant about it too. I was like, I hate sales. I actually was a telemarketer when I was in high school and it ruined me for the phone. I wouldn't even make phone calls. When I was pregnant, I used to call my husband at work and tell him to order me food for lunch.
Oh my god.
I couldn't even when I tell you I was so introverted and so shy, I mean, it was painful. And honestly, I think one of the I mean, yes, we've had incredible success in business online and we've had some failures too. Don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But one of the greatest gifts is just the becoming. I have become a person that I never would have imagined. I am so proud. One of the things that I didn't even realize being a homeschool mom too is my boys are watching me. I want them to be entrepreneurial. I want them to step out of their comfort zone. I want them to do those things. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry. But this week we actually were at this Christian family camp and my boys got up on stage. during different open mic prayer
Wow.
times. They didn't have to. Like, I never would have done that. But
Wow.
imagine if they'd never seen either of their parents step out and do that, much
I've
less
got
like
chills right now.
I mean, let me tell you, there's some there's a lot of fruit that comes with obedience, and on the other side of your comfort zone is a
Abs
whole new life, and I promise you it is worth it.
Wow. I don't know that there's anything more to say because that was so good. How incredible to be able to see your boys like stepping out and speaking in front of people. It's so true. Like they're watching us. And yes, it can be difficult to step outside of your comfort zone. It can be you can feel like there's absolutely no way that you could ever do something, but I promise you, you get around the right people and start depending on God just step by step. It's because you're not going to get from here to there just overnight, like she said. It's a process, it's the becoming. And so I've loved this interview so much. I just thank you so much, Janine. Is there anything that you want to leave us with? Any last thoughts?
No, I would just say, reach out. We just are so grateful that we get to do this together, and that's one of the biggest things is you don't have to do it alone. We're going to be here with you every step of the way, and so we would love to be able to chat with you and honestly take this step if it's something you're feeling a nudge towards. One thing that has really stood out to me a couple of times when I was in this position where I was you and I was trying to make this decision, I was kind of like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Like, not only do I hear that in my mind, like, nothing changes if nothing changes. That was something that every time I've gone to make a
Yeah.
decision, I almost feel like I'm praying about it and that's all I hear. And I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
okay,
That's
I got to do.
right.
And then the other thing is, people so often towards the end of life, you think about those things that you regret. And it's never, "Oh, I regretted taking that step and taking that
Mhm.
risk." Nobody ever says that.
No.
They say they regret not taking that step and taking that
Wow.
risk.
That's right.
And, so often people think like, "Well, I don't wanna, regret that." You're not gonna regret taking risks in life because even if it doesn't turn out the way you planned, you're gonna learn. You're gonna
That's
learn
right.
something. And so
Yeah.
it's all I feel like it's always worth it. So if you feel that nudge, like, I mean, if nothing else, come and travel with us. Come save on travel. Come be
Yes.
able to like take trips for less. You're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you're feeling that call to step into something that is bigger than you, to help others to be able to create something, to be able to have more breathing room in your budget, or maybe replace income, then take the step. Take the step
Yeah.
in faith and do it. Even if you
Yeah.
feel a little scared, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Just take a look.
Yeah.
Can't hurt to look, right? Well, thank you so much, Janine. This has been wonderful. And I'm just so blessed and thankful that we get to do business together again and just stay connected. So thank you guys. And we will see you next week.